Okay. I'm going to call the meeting to order of the Pelican Preserve Advisory Committee for Thursday, February 12th, 2026. Do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There. We'll do the roll call, starting with our friend Marty.
Marty Mantonfeld present.
Tom Shaner present.
Peggy Hall here.
Ed Hedges here.
Tricia Zimmerman, present.
And John Barry is excused. Do we have any public comments today?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Unless, Bob, were you going to do? Nope. Okay.
No, please.
All right. So,
You'll make comments whenever you want.
true enough. Number 5, A and B. Do I have a motion to approve of the minutes?
Make a motion to approve items 5 Alpha and Bravo.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Stated by Marty, seconded by Tom. Any modifications to those? I couldn't see anything. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. On to the financial report. Laura, it's all yours.
Where am I? Sit. Eat it hot. Here's the numbers for December, but I have January.
Woohoo.
I did them this morning and they came overnight. So
Okay.
So this is what we saw yesterday.
No.
the ones on the other page are the ones from December. These are hot off the press. These came in overnight. So this is where you're at so far for January.
5 months,
You're doing
Yeah.
good.
October, November.
4 months.
Now, Laura,
Yep.
I keep going to the subcommittee meetings, and they continually want to spend money out of their reserves.
Oh yeah, I know. I have that discussion every month with them. We'll talk about that a little later.
We'll talk about it
We'll
later.
talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah. I continually bring that up every month. Yeah, that's why I attend their meetings, is
All
because
right, well,
that keeps
it's a
happening.
concern.
It is a concern. That's why I keep going to their meetings and telling them no, so.
Well, let's table that conversation
But we'll talk
until we
about
get
it
to
later.
it.
I wanna
So yes, I am
wanna
very
understand.
aware. I'm very
I wanna
aware.
understand what these-
Okay, anything?
I'm going to pull up mine.
Those are mine, and then there's Ed's. Let's see, his are here.
You didn't have any comments on yours, did you?
No, everything looks in line. I mean, the percentages are where I would expect everything to be for how far we're at into the year. We're 4 months in, so third of the way through.
And a lot of it is the contractual things that hit early on.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I'm not as concerned with the things that are encumbered. It's more like the stuff that's already been spent, kind of like where are we at? And everything looks in line, so.
Okay, do you want to take us through yours?
A lot of it's the same numbers, but at least the subcommittees carry forward from 24 is, matches up with Laura's. The 25 is the unaudited 25 numbers of what carryover from 25 will be. And Bob got some updated numbers from Stephen Bloom a couple weeks ago, so they should be pretty close. They didn't change a whole lot from the end of September. So when you work in the 2025, Safety and Security has 192,000 for 2025, which gives them 291,000 in carry forward funds.
So we have
Now,
to be
there
less
was
concerned.
110,000 or thereabouts, might be a little less or a little more than that, that we were going to pay last year to Florida Power and Light for the removal of the streetlights. That has to go to a third party, not Florida Power and Light. So I think there was a PO issued, but that hasn't been paid yet, to my knowledge. So that has to there'll have to be a budget adjustment to move that down to safety and security for this year, because we had planned on spending it last year. So if you subtract that out, They will, once the audit is done, have about $180,000 of carry forward in their reserves.
Okay.
Why does the line item say reserve, safety, and security only 98,000?
Are
That's,
you looking?
It's 26.
It's 26.
26, you gotta come over
That's
to the,
from-
to the, what, 5 lines to the right. And show where he's showing running the unspent
Future balance of
25.
181.
Projected for future.
Right.
so they had 98 from 24, 192 underspent in 25 last year. But there was supposed to be 110,000, so you subtract that out and you're at 180 is what their reserve, carry forward, whatever you want to call it, should be once the audit is complete.
And just to chime in a little bit, the last numbers that I saw from Steven for preliminary year total carry forward for Pelican was $183,000. So this is much higher than that. But with that being said, I did work with Sonia and Steven to kind of back out some of that encumbered stuff. So like the things that were open POs that I knew the finances were going to get spent this year, so that we like pre-deducted it from the carry forward, so that the carry forward that was in that report should be a net of any of the encumbered expenses.
Well, and
So the total carry forward is more, but we already know that part of it's earmarked for stuff, so it's not like it's gonna go right into reserves, it'll get assigned to a line item.
And I know what, in the past, what Stephen has reported as carry forward on his reports. I don't know that number. It's been the change in fund balance, which includes the 3 subcommittees plus other things. And in the past, we paid down the bond. We did, one year we paid for the rear roads. So things are, that number that he reports to the board as carry forward is really just the change in fund balance. And it's different than the individual subcommittee balances. They don't total up to that. So it may change a little bit, but we're in the bulk. I mean, they're going to have a lot of carry forward. And when you, and we can talk about later, but in this year's budget, they still have a lot of funds. We budgeted $70,000 for streetlight repair. We're not going to be repairing streetlights, so there's a lot of other funds in this year's budget that they will probably be underspending, even with some of the plans and stuff that they're doing. Now, individual line items, yeah, they're overspending individual line items, but there's offsetting line items that they're not going to spend. So we can get more into that later if you want.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, when are we going to have this conversation about their reserves and they're wanting to spend it? When is that coming on the agenda?
That's
Let's
Bike
talk
lane
about that.
project.
Bike lane, yeah. F,
8F.
Under items for
Just on
discussion.
the bike lane? Because that.
Well, it's part of their ask,
Okay.
so we'll talk
But
about
I
it.
just want to know when you're going to do it.
Yeah. Okay, any questions for Ed?
Just, Ed, how do you feel we are?
So, I mean, even with this, the PPAC has a fund surplus of, $600,000-700,000. So,
We are sitting fairly well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would just
So
turn
this,
your
Marty, I
sound
have a
off.
question on the overall budget. So on the pond refurbishment, we saved $300,000 and have zero budgeted for 2027. Are we planning on doing a pond project for 2027 since we saved $300,000?
We didn't save it, we spend it on the other, we're spending it this year on 43.
Well, no,
We'll talk about that.
we were
We'll
going to
talk about
spend
that.
$300,000 this year and take $300,000 from next year and put it into this year. Now that we're not going to have to spend $600,000, are we planning on a project, and we're only spending $300,000, are we planning a project for 2027?
I think
is my
the
question.
ponds committee should make a recommendation.
That's up to the
What's
bond
the next,
committee to make.
Because right now
what's the
we're
next
budget-
one?
Right now, we're budgeted $0 for 2027, which would not be accurate based on only spending the $300,000 for this year.
The 300,000 that we're doing the push forward with is, we're still spending that.
No,
No, see, the problem is
no, we're not.
the bid came in very low. And so we're not going to spend, so that should be an item to talk about
Yeah,
later.
what,
Okay.
they had budgeted 600,000. The project came in a little under 3. He was originally only going to spend 3 this year.
Okay.
So what you guys did is you allocated 300,000 in reserves. So the
okay, now I'm
net,
with you.
the
Now I'm
net
with you.
is
They
300,000.
don't-
So
they
you
don't have
only
to
actually
borrow from
assessed
reserves
for
this year.
$300,000. So because he only spent the 300, you technically, you don't have to dip into your reserves this year to cover that extra
So
cost.
that's an excellent question. We'll have to ask Doug when we, yeah.
Okay, so we should request that the pond subcommittee update us on their 2027 plans for next meeting?
Yeah, Doug is not online, right?
I'm having some technical difficulties and apparently it's affecting him
Be
as
part of their
well.
budget submittal
Okay.
whenever we have to do that, which is,
Well, let's just make sure we get it
Yeah.
on their
8G.
radar.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we get it on their radar.
Yep, for sure.
I do.
And I know they have ponds pending, so it's not like they don't have something. Yep, they've got a list.
17, in fact.
All right,
Well,
so
I don't want to leave it 0 for 2027 if we're going to
Yeah.
spend money.
fair, very fair.
well, Marty, the budget was always planned to have 300,000 in next year's budget to pay it back. So the plan was that there'd be 300,000 there. So
Right, so,
if they don't do a pond, then we need to claw that back. But if they do a pond, then
Yeah. I'm sure it won't go unnoticed in their budget.
Marty won't let it.
Yeah, okay.
Budgets, whether now or later, when we talk about the project?
Anything else on the financial reports at all?
I have no further comments on that.
You're good? Okay. All right, let's move along then to 7A, which is the safety and security update. So Jay, do you want to speak to this? Do you want to speak to it at all, or just, it's pretty thorough? Yeah.
I got one. I just have it sounds very minor, but I would like to see the MIA flag purchased by us, not by Pelican Preserve.
Why?
Why? If you're buying the US and the state, why not? It's a federal flag.
It's a federal flag. Is that some sort of a policy?
No.
Okay.
It's just-
They were donated, I think, in the past. We didn't have to buy them.
Yeah, in the past,
so
well, it wasn't until 3 or 4 years ago that we even put one up there, and we
Sure.
did it. And
That's fine.
it's not a big issue. I just think it should be part of
Okay.
the.
I didn't
regular-
realize it was a
regular
federal
pro-
flag.
project.
It's a minor expense.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
It's $50 for them.
make a motion.
Yeah, do we need to make a motion to
Tell
include
Mark
that?
to order
Okay.
it.
Laura's got that. That's a
Okay.
good
I'll
catch
make a
then.
motion.
Do we want to make any kind of an announcement to the community about the flags? We've talked about this so many times.
Well, I
I'm
did
just
talk,
wondering if other people really
Yeah.
care about
Well,
it
the
as
new
much
the
as
new
we
ones are
do.
up and shining, and
yeah,
So
I did
we-
mention it at the President's Council this morning, and I can update them next meeting that,
I was actually going to go take a picture of the state flag and go, whoa!
Well, again, we can put out that as part of a bulletin if you
oh, yeah, we
want.
could. Thank you. That would be good. Make a note of it. Okay, so anything else on safety and security?
Do we have to vote on the $200,000 funding from?
No, we're
PPAC?
not
That is
there
down
yet.
on items for
It's
discussion.
Way down, under 8F.
It's in his narrative.
Yeah, but the actual agenda item that you would vote on is down farther.
I have a couple questions. The emergency gate procedure that was put through the committee,
Yep.
does it now go to us to be approved and then to GSCDD board?
It's the last item on the
Yeah, it's
agenda.
10A.
Oh, that's not in
You
the
guys are all jumping
report?
ahead.
Yeah.
No, it threw me off too when I read that, and then I found it later when I
Oh,
was going
later
down the
on, got
agenda.
it. Okay. Talk about it
It's so
later.
weird. It should be under 8 in my opinion, but I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
organize it.
10A, okay.
Well, we know we're going to talk about it
Yeah,
regardless.
I know it's on there. I'm like, I remember seeing it.
Okay.
We got Jay here to throw things at. so
Yep, we can do
we're good.
that.
We're good.
Okay.
That's why CC said away from you, Jay.
Did you have something or are you? No? Okay. All right, so let's move on. Is Doug online?
He's still having problems getting in. I guess we'll skip him. I have
Yeah,
to
let's
get
skip
a-
him and go on. Landscaping, I did talk to Mark yesterday. And generally, the only thing they've got going on right now is they've got the replacement of annuals and the hardwood trimming of the trees.
When will the annuals be replaced? Did he, you know?
I don't know an exact date, but I knew that they were scheduled like in this general
Yeah,
time.
I'm just
I think
saying,
it's early March, I think I heard. So,
you know.
That sounds about
they-
right.
They did take a beating in the cold. They're not dead, but they lost a lot of their blooms. So some
They,
people,
they look more fallish.
is that what they're?
Yeah, yeah.
This is Marty. Is he planning on planting shrubberies to hide the flashing yellow sign from the neighborhood over?
Because we're going to be pulling that
What's
out.
being replaced,
Right.
they're pulling it.
Oh, shrubs,
Yeah,
okay.
they're, you can, if you guys are gonna talk, you have to
Yeah.
come up here because we can't hear you and you have to announce yourself.
Jay Gann, Safety and Security. Yeah, we're going to revisit the moving of the signs.
Okay.
Thinking through it, the main signs are for safety. So talked with Mark, with the landscape committee, and he's looking at that to see if we can plant some shrubs to keep from moving those signs. Now, I wouldn't have thought it'd been a big deal for those lights across to the house, but I understand that it is an issue. An irritant, actually seeing that.
And the shrubs can be between the points, correct?
Oh, you'll probably reserve below.
Okay, so it's,
Down by the
Here on
pond?
Cypress.
Resident won't see it,
Down by
Yeah.
the pond?
well, somewhere between here and Cypress.
It's interesting how far it is from the one resident. It's pretty far.
So this is Marty, a question. Have we spoke to Joe, the resident?
Yes, yes, I told him.
Okay,
we're
so
gonna
he
be
knows
revisiting
that we're not removing the signs now?
No, he knows we're gonna fix it, whatever that means.
Well, when he left the
Well, no, he
when he
knows.
left the subcommittee meeting, the subcommittee agreed to remove the signs at a cost of $2,000 each. So
That's not gonna happen.
Yep,
so he knows that that's not going to happen.
well, we're looking, to try to get landscaping, because I explained the safety factor. Those blinking lights there are for a reason.
Well, now he's got the big sign that pond maintenance is in progress, and that's also flashing.
But where it's at, it doesn't go through the shrubs.
That is right in front of the flashing yellow diamond.
Yeah, it's just a small area there where you can see from the flashing sign, goes right to his.
Shrubs may block that as well, when they get them up.
All right, so he's amenable to that?
Told him that's what we're gonna be doing, so.
well, and we'll leave it to him to come back.
Jay, could you talk to Paul and look at maybe just unplugging the solar so that basically it turns the flashers off until we can
get
come
this
up with
done.
a resolution to either move it or plant the shrubs in place?
I second the motion.
So that would, I think it'd be easy just to unplug the solar and let the battery down, so
I'll talk to him about that.
that might, if it takes a while to get it, knowing Mark, the shrub may take a little while to get enough leaves on it to block something, but.
The next meeting, I'm gonna officially call for a vote to rescind that moving the sign and to discuss with request landscaping to help on that issue.
Okay, so Joe is on board with that, the resident.
I said, look, you know.
He just
we need
wants
to
it
get this done.
resolved.
We thought through it, you know, and there's been questions asked about it, and when you think through it, the most important thing there is safety, when we play, wherever we place the signs and so forth.
All right, I'm just concerned that when he left the subcommittee meeting, he already agreed to remove the signs. And now we're not.
Wait a minute. The subcommittee agreed to recommend to this body. They can't agree on that by themselves, so they agreed to recommend to this body, and now this body is sending it back saying, we don't accept that. This is what we're recommending, so.
Told him it's got to go through PPAC And through the Board of Governors, it's got
So
civil
you're
staff.
not reneging on a promise. The committee did what it said it would do.
Problem is going to be fixed.
Bob, you
What's
can't
gonna be
talk
fixed?
from out there.
All right, I'll have nothing further then.
I had one question though, for safety, totally unrelated. I don't know how you fix whether it's a real problem or not. But we're going to get a rear ending there on Cypress Grove when people slam on their brakes to stop for golf carts that are crossing that road where they're supposed to stop. Any thoughts on how to fix that so people don't stop? It's courtesy, I realize, and it's nice to do, but when you don't expect the car in front of you to stop and you're not really looking, and there are old people on our roads, we're going to get a rear end someday.
And I was almost one of them that almost rear-ended somebody
That's what I
because
mean,
they
yeah.
just,
I mean, I can talk to Paul and see, but I know a lot of things, anything changing, you know, getting new signs, they want a traffic study,
Right.
so.
I don't, you know, I'm not looking for all that, just I point out, that is an ongoing situation, and if, maybe we can put Rich Glover there just counting cars. Rich is a friend.
Or we can look at it, you know, maybe, you know, and in the next budget year, I'll take another flashing sign and an arrow. But then that's
What
going
are you
to be
gonna do?
causing a problem for other
What are you
residents.
going to say, don't stop for golf carts? It's a
Or they
no-win.
could put a
Yeah,
sign
I
up
know
that
it's a no-win.
says,
It's a
cross
no-win.
traffic does not stop. I mean, do they have a sign like that now?
they have a stop sign. Golf carts have a stop sign.
Right, but is there something that says cross traffic does not stop? So that they
Not on
would,
Cypress.
but I meant like kind of for the golf carts coming up on either side, maybe if we,
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Stop signs on each side, we can think through and see.
They have stop signs right there, so that golf carts can see they have stop signs.
While you're up at the podium,
Uh-oh.
this is Marty again. I noticed that the Pelican Preserve speed monitoring device is now strapped to one of the new light poles.
Oh, that too.
It has to come off.
They moved that.
They moved that now?
Those cannot go on those light
Rich
poles.
knows about that.
Yeah,
He
they-
does know.
Yeah,
Okay, so
he
we
was
are,
told
we are
that.
going to remove that, or
Yeah,
has
they-
it been
Yeah,
removed?
those cannot be strapped to those poles.
He's getting, is that what he's asking for with the tripods?
He has tripods.
Okay.
But it was
Turn
returned.
them in.
We didn't return them.
Okay.
He has tripods, and he was told he cannot strap those to those poles.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so that speed device has been removed from the FP&L pole.
I don't know.
I believe
They
it
know they
has.
have to do
Have
it.
to do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Do we have a Doug?
Nope, not yet. We're still having some technical difficulties.
Okay, we'll come back to that
Can
then.
I go back to that real quick, Laura? If, maybe Gateway's already done this, but has Gateway asked for permission from FPL to strap the things?
Yep.
You
They
have
said
done that?
Nope.
Okay, that's all. It wasn't just saying no.
Nope.
and-
Allowed.
right.
It's not our asset.
Okay.
So-
I just-
That's
It's
the
the same as-
standard utility response,
Yep.
but everybody attaches to the utility
It's the
poles.
same with
But
anything that Lee County puts in the road, in the right of ways. We aren't supposed to attach to that either. We can only attach things to our own assets. And now that we no longer own the poles, we
Right.
can't attach
Okay,
to them.
just clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, until we get Doug online, do we want to jump down to the communications review?
Is there anything, I mean, do we really need, is there much to cover in his, or can we just?
Well, I suppose, yeah, we can just
Okay.
go through it.
I don't know, I just,
Yeah, it's basically just Pond 43 is going to be starting. We've got some littoral plantings that are going to be going on, but that's going to be more later in April. And then the Ravenna downspout. And is everybody clear on why that is getting funded? Okay.
Yes. Does he have, the question is, does he have enough money to do it?
I think
Yeah, it's only like 27,000, so he's,
He actually has a budget for that. There's a small budget for some miscellaneous stuff for that. So yes.
Thank you.
I think he has like a 25,000 standing budget or something like that.
I think it was a little more than that,
Right,
but
yeah.
yeah. I know this fell within there, so.
all right, so that's probably the update that we need.
I have no further questions on Pond's update.
Good report, Doug.
He's so concise. But I do want to wait for the selection until,
He's gonna call me.
Okay.
He's not, he can't get in.
all right, let's jump down to 8C then. We'll go to
Why are we
communication,
skipping 8 alpha?
because Doug
Waiting for
won't-
Doug.
We're waiting for Doug to call in.
Okay.
I'm waiting for him to call me. I'm just gonna put him on speakerphone.
Okay. Patricia, can you talk about the communications that you've done? And by the way, just really getting good feedback on that. So,
Good.
yeah.
Good. We had a good turnout. There must have been 65 people or so at the meeting. I thought everyone did an excellent job. It was a good overview. A lot of people commented they'd never heard a lot of this before, so I think people were quite impressed with it. It'd be great if we could keep that and do it once a year. It'd be really wonderful. We have another opportunity now, Perry, as, I don't know if you're going to talk about this, probably not, but.
Who you gonna call?
They putting together a town hall, which is now called Who You Gonna Call? And he has giving GSCDD 15 minutes, and we're the first speakers. I've had a conversation with Randy, and I think we're
You
just,
probably want to mute your.
I think we're just going to take what we did and modify that so that most of the information is about who does what and how do you reach
You're gonna
them.
get, yeah. just text that, and I'll put you on.
And I don't think it's going to take 15 minutes to go through
Who's
that.
going to
but,
represent?
Randy and Chelsea apparently want to do the presentation, but Randy said, why don't I take the first stab at it because it's a message to Pelican Preserve audience.
Okay.
But I will work closely with him and make sure it meets everybody's standards. Anybody have any input, let me know as quickly as possible.
At the President's Council meeting this morning, they did call out the reporting document that the CDD has and commended on how nice it was. So,
Recording document?
yeah, there's a reporting tools document. There was
Some
supposedly
Randy put together.
does that
something
mean?
Randy did.
Oh.
And I hadn't seen it either, so I was like, oh, good.
Hey, what?
Distributed to all of the presidents.
Okay.
And,
I've never seen it, so.
okay, this is it. I think Perry, I think, sent me a copy of it too, but it would really be nice if somewhere on a lot of that content could be put on the Lifestyles website somewhere, because there's a lot of good information, and it gets handed out at certain times, but it never gets memorialized somewhere. But there was even, one of the slides was, how to report streetlight outages to FPL. Because once this project is done, every
Right.
streetlight in Pelican will be FPL, and you go to their website to report it. You don't have to call Gateway or
Is that-
KW or.
is that
whoever,
accurate?
And
The lights at Town Center are going to be FP&L?
not those, but anything
So
outside
then,
of town.
so then all the streetlights are not FP&L.
Right,
Yeah, be careful how you word things.
Yeah.
right. But those clarifications could be put on somewhere on Lifestyle so that
Yeah.
that it's.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to want this who do you call documentation to be on the Lifestyles
Lifestyles
website
somewhere.
for sure. And we can work with Faye and we'll work with Adriana and find out where's the best place for that. She does put up all of our bulletins under the GSCDD site, but we'll definitely make sure that one goes up. But I don't know what you guys are referring to, so anybody could send that to me, whatever you have.
Well, it may change before it gets presented too, so.
Well, can you, well, if you
Even
were-
just ask Randy for the latest version of the reporting tools for this GSCDD, I think is what the title was.
Okay.
And I do have Doug. He's on my phone.
Oh, hi Doug.
Hi there. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm here.
On the phone.
We don't need you to have a phone to hear you,
Oh.
Doug.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you're in the meeting now, so I'm gonna drop you off my phone.
Okay. I don't know why it just started, but it did just start working.
Yeah. I'm like, I see you
So-
on there. Okay.
So Doug, I did go over your ponds update while you were
Yep.
offline.
I
So-
heard you. I was
Oh, okay.
online. I was online, but could not talk. Maybe that's a good way to have me.
You was following along on YouTube.
Okay. So then let's move forward then. Were there any questions for Doug on his update?
Just on the 2027 budget, are we going to spend
Oh,
anything?
Did you hear Marty's?
Yes,
Okay, so
yes.
you do know that in your budget, you're going to need to either
Right.
spend or
I have to
update.
swizzle within the budget a couple thousand to cover the additional expense.
Okay, that was for the Ravenna downspout, correct?
Correct.
Now, did you hear when Marty was talking about the fact that the bid that came back for 43 was under? And so we don't need to have anything carried over?
I don't
And-
know how much until we figure out exactly how much Tetra Tech expenses are going to be, because that still has to be covered by that. And then the littoral planning after the project is completed. We don't have bids on that yet. It will be less than what we have. I don't have enough if I don't use some of that, but I won't need all of it. I don't know the exact number right now because we don't know exactly what Tetra Tech, because they charge us as the project goes on. And then the littorals, we don't have a bid on that yet, which is not in that thing from the vendor.
I think Marty's concern was, or the question he had was whether there was going to be a pond done now next year,
Now that we're not
now
spending
that we're
the
not spending the other $300,000.
$300,000.
The answer is yes.
Answer is yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. We just wanted to make sure we were not losing any steam on that.
No, we're not. We're not losing any steam. In fact, we're going to be done, we'll be done 1 year quicker if we do a pond next year that we hadn't planned on.
Good, good. Now, let me just make sure. Patricia, did you have anything else on the communications review?
Anybody have any questions? No? You know, I've got a list developing of things we should announce going forward, but
Real quick,
we'll talk about
what
that.
list do you use to get this out to everybody?
What list do I use?
Yeah.
I send,
Or Gateway, or do you give it to Yanni and, or
yeah, I give
Adriana and
it, yeah,
Adriana?
yeah, it goes out through
blasts
the
it. Okay.
PPCA list, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. And I think there were some questions about the GSCDD bi-monthly newsletter, and that did go out. I hope you saw that.
Okay, then we're going to back up to 8A, which is a PPAC member selection recommendation. And our own Doug Zancher is requesting to be considered for PPAC.
And I did receive, I have John's application. as
Yeah,
well.
I dropped that
Yep,
off for
I
you.
have that.
Yeah, okay.
John Barry?
John Barry
Renew.
is going to renew, but we'll vote on that next.
Your meeting will be after. So I don't know if you want to vote on it. His term is the 7th and your meeting will be the 12th.
Oh, is it legit that we can just add his in right now?
He's already on. I mean, you can just vote to keep him since he applied.
Are there any concerns with renewing John's?
No, just technical question. We advertised for one. Did we have to advertise for when a term is up for somebody else? I want John, I'm gonna vote for John.
Yeah, no, they did post it and the only application we got at all was Doug. So, yeah.
Because we did announce it, that there was room for people on PPAC.
Okay, we kind of just did
Point
it
of
in
order.
general, not one specific
Point of
spot.
order.
Point of order. Okay, what's your point?
He's not on the agenda.
True.
Doug is on the agenda.
Okay,
We need to be discussing Doug.
okay. And then we'll discuss John then during the member selection or member parts, if that's okay. All right, so we have Doug. Can't say enough good about Doug. He is one of the most dedicated people we've got at Pelican Preserve. He has done tons of good things for us. I fully endorse him coming on.
I
So,
second it.
So my question is will he remain on the pond subcommittee? Because we've
No, He
never,
has to resign.
he has to
Yeah,
resign.
you can't be on both.
He can't be on both. Okay,
And Marty?
yes.
Marty, this is Doug. I've been planning for someone else to take my place on the bonds group. Well, you always have to do that, planning for who's going to take your place. And I probably have a better individual than myself to take over. They will have to be voted on and recommended and voted on in the ponds group, but I feel very confident on that. And then I've already, if this all goes out, I will take over the liaison if you guys want me to with the ponds group. So I'll be a part of the liaison to the ponds group.
I think that's very logical. Yeah. Okay, so can I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve Doug Zanter for Pelican Preserve Advisory Committee.
Second it.
Okay, motion by Marty, second by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Unanimous. Welcome.
Thank you. I don't know if it's a thank you, but I will give you a thank you.
We'll see if the Board of Supervisors approve you.
I know,
You got
I
one more
know.
step.
Okay.
I'm still the head of the ponds group until that's finalized.
And since John's term is up before your next meeting and he did submit his application to stay on, if you would like to discuss that and vote on that as well today, you can, then we're done and we'll close that.
Okay, so I can make a motion at this point. Okay, so,
Where's his application?
It's in my hand. I got it
I
today,
can't
but
see that.
he's on here, so he just said he would like to stay.
you need to
If
review
you would
it?
like, I
I'd
can
be
make you a
happy to-
copy and give it to you if you'd
Yeah.
like.
We want to make sure you're educated.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Because it does mention him in the agenda item.
I don't know, John walks his dog on the golf course and
Even better.
That's bad. I don't know. All right. So the question is, do we want to continue with another 2-year term for John Barry on PPAC?
I move to re-elect John Barry.
I will second that. So it was Tom. Tom was made the motion and Peggy seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous again.
Did I shock you?
No.
Quick one for Laura. Laura, could you give us a list of the members
Dates?
and their dates?
You go on our website, it's on there.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. Smart ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to be efficient.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one, which is
Bravo.
8 Bravo. Thank you.
We'll need to tweak this slightly because Doug did put his name in to remain on ponds in the unlikely circumstance that you did not choose him to be on PPAC. So you can just disregard his application for this since you did choose him to be on PPAC and he is no longer eligible to be on ponds.
Hey, Laura,
Yep.
officially though, I wouldn't resign now until I'm officially by the Board of Supervisors. I mean, this was just a recommendation from
Yep.
PPAC.
I can't see them saying no, but your term's technically up anyway, so, but,
Okay.
yeah.
We're not going to reappoint you.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
you're kind of screwed if they don't pick you from the board.
we do have to move along then to the ponds application for Mike Causey. And again, Mike has been doing really good work.
move to accept Mike's appointment to the Pond Subcommittee.
Okay, that was Ed and then Tom for the second. And any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Unanimous? Okay. Now we're down to 8 Delta. He likes it when I do that. Let's talk about the status of the Arch Bridge repair. And that's a safety and security one, correct? I heard it was almost done already?
Except
Yeah.
for the Comcast cable. The Comcast hot wire.
Wire.
Again, yes, the project is, about done underneath, I believe, except for the Comcast cable, which has to be done. I don't know, I don't have a timeline on that.
It's hot wire, isn't it?
It's at top in that conduit.
We need to ask the community association for help with that because they are about to renew their contract with Hotwire, and that could force them into fixing that before they sign the contract.
It's already been signed, I believe.
It's already signed. I can check with Paul, but he was working that issue. Paul Forrest.
No further comment.
All right, so there was no real action on that that was necessary. That was just a status update.
Correct.
And then we have the status update on the road resurfacing. So Jay, do you want to just stay
Might
up
as well
there?
just hang out up here.
Yeah,
You got two more yet.
don't go anywhere.
Well, one after this one.
Because I understand from Paul, the road resurfacing, technical. Milling, right. Yeah. Almost
Mill and
done.
pave. Milling is grinding. Mill and pave.
Pave.
Okay, okay.
Oh, no one paid.
And they can and go for the right around the end of the month. I'm hoping that we can push and get it done sooner.
Well, can we get some firm dates from Tetra Tech? Because we're almost halfway through the budget year. And they got to get the stuff, go out for bids and to get this done this year. I mean, they drug their feet on getting started on it in 3 months, and now we're behind the gun to get it done within this year. And they'll be doing the resurfacing during the wet season, which maybe we won't have a wet season this year if it goes the way it is, but it's totally not what I
Today,
expected going
it's the end of
into
the month,
this.
that's Basically March,
Right.
and we need to have it bid and awarded in April.
Thought it was supposed to be done by Easter.
It's going to start by Easter,
Or after
Easter.
start after Easter.
The plan was
We
to have the
hope the
street lights done
FPL
by Easter and then start the road resurfacing shortly thereafter so that we could get most of that during as much of the dry season as possible, but it's,
So can we get,
and everybody just keeps saying, well, it's in progress, but we don't have a estimated completion date that I've seen, so I'd like to get that.
Press Paul on that for all the three projects, that, the mill and pave, and bike permit. He was trying to find out today if the bike lane permit was in at the city.
Because I don't know that we've even seen, supposedly there's more curb that they think needs to be replaced than what it looks like. So we have no idea how much that is, or that, there's just a lot of unknowns that are still hanging out there, so.
Has
Does the bike lane project include the restriping by the Prado Rotary?
yes.
Thank you.
That's,
And Laura, has staff seen Tetra Tech being delayed on things on your side as well?
Occasionally, it depends on the project. We've had some stuff that was their fault that they were delayed, and there was some stuff that it was like 100% out of their control. With permitting, we're at the mercy of the county. So a lot of it is things that they can't control.
if we run into hiccups with the permitting, it's,
Well, I know that that's where it's at now. They're waiting for the permit. So that's what we need in order to put the bid out
they don't even have a
On the bike
design
lane,
done.
they, is FTE.
for the roads.
We haven't even seen the design for the roads.
So this update, this is Patricia, says, once design is complete, permit
Permit
applications
application,
will be submitted. So it doesn't
Okay,
sound like
I'll find
they're-
out. I have a note in my update to check with Paul.
Bike lane,
That's another.
Yeah, that'll be your next one. Don't go
be
anywhere.
the next one, okay.
Yeah. Any other questions on the mill and pave aspect other
No further
than,
questions on 8 Echo.
so what's the next one? 8
Foxtrot.
Foxtrot, okay. 8 Foxtrot. And this is where we'll talk about budgeting and where we're going to be taking some money from. As I understand it, we have now heard from permitting that we have to do the bike lanes all at once. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
And so that's part of the confusion. We had thought we could put it off until we, we're ready to with other roads, but it's got to go through.
FTE, Florida Transportation Engineering, is adjusting the design of the Prado roundabout to take it down to one lane like the other one is, and so that will then go through permitting. But the city has said, basically, we got a permit to do the bike lane, we need to do the bike lane. So it's the part of the bike lane, as I understand it, the part of the bike lane that's under the current mill and grind from tree line to the four-way stop will be striped as part of that resurfacing project. They will put the bike lane in, all the stuff with the bike lane as part of it, restriping as part of that project. So then
And clarify where that's from and to?
tree line to the four-way stop.
And that's currently budgeted for, right?
That's the current $400,000 resurfacing project. And then this would, the proposal of this would then do the bike lane on the rest of the boulevards and then do the additional striping in all the neighborhoods for the center stripes down the boulevards, which, because that's not part of the bike lane project, because Prado's a mess right now with the center stripe, but then it would do all the stop bars and crosswalks in all the neighborhoods.
Really? That come on to the boulevards.
Every crosswalk or stop bar in the all the neighborhoods, we just go through and do them all.
Except for town center.
Except for town center. Anything that's a CDD street.
I want to see how they're going to redesign that Prado Circle to match the Casella, because it's not the same dimensions at all.
Sign's already done.
Signs already
Sign's
done.
already done, and they can make that split off.
It's incorporated into the
we
final.
saw that.
design
They bring it
plan.
in
Yeah.
one lane and then go around. It's not,
And so it won't be like the Casellas.
it won't be, right, but it will
Quite.
It was all
deviate the
present-
traffic to the center to go around.
Because that's what everybody does anyhow, they all come in, and then the
Yeah.
ones that go up Pastoria do, and
It looked quite good when they presented at the subcommittee.
So
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
the striping project was not included in the safety and security budget for 26.
And that's the additional
200, they're
200,000.
estimating 200,000, because the bike lane was like going to be like 130 to implement the whole bike lane. So when you take part of it out and then do the rest of the restriping, they're.
So what's the
guess
cost impact if we wait till 27?
Can't. We have to do the bike lane implementation all in kind of 1 year. We're going to split it into 2 projects, but it'll all be done simultaneously. The city has said your permit is to implement the bike lane on all the boulevards. You have to, it's kind of an all or nothing. So if we don't do it, then we would have to not implement it on the part to tree line. So this was unbudgeted, but from what I showed, before, there's going to be, safety and security will have a carryover of about $180,000 from 24 and 25. Their current budget has 70,000 in it for repair of streetlights, which I think we've spent
$1,000.
1,000 or 2, and we're probably not going to spend hardly any more. So there's an additional 60,000 out of this year's budget that could be reallocated. There's 30,000 in repair and maintenance of the roadway, which normal striping would fall under that line item. So
But they also spent $30,000 on speed devices that was
there's-
not in their budget.
but there's plenty of
So-
other slop in
In
their
aggregate,
budget.
we're looking
In
better.
aggregate,
Yeah.
there's, the gate arms came in at half of what we had budgeted for and stuff. So there's sufficient funds if they can use their 24 and 25 carry forward, to cover this project. But if we want to,
So will that deplete all of their carryover?
I'm not as warm and fuzzy about this as that is, just so you know.
if we want to authorize them to, how much, if their carryover is 180,000, this is 20, they only have to come in 20 under budget. Or we can also authorize them to use some of our PPAC
Official.
undesignated funds that we've got, 600,000, 700,000.
Yeah.
So.
My recommendation, based on what we discussed, until we actually know what the carry forward is going to be, is my request at the last meeting was for them to just wait, but that's not an option. So to approve not to exceed of $200,000 from the unassigned reserves. That way we can take into account whatever the carry forward is. If they end up needing the whole amount, you've authorized it. If they don't need the whole amount, you've authorized up to the full amount that they need. So they can use their carry forward, and then whatever the delta is between the carry forward and what the actual cost is, you've already approved them to take that out of your reserves.
That makes good sense. And it is a safety concern.
Because that, I will not approve this purchase order without an approved funding source. Which
Okay.
right now they don't have, so.
When do we know about the number, the carry forward number? When
We
will
won't
that
know until
number?
after the end of March.
End
Yeah.
of March.
So we,
Yeah, when
and
the
we don't
audit's
have the
done.
luxury of waiting for that.
We know they've got 90,000, 90,
From last year, from the year
yeah,
before, for 94.
98,000, so.
Yeah, so they got almost half.
So what is the
Need
next
to
step? Do we?
Get this thing
So-
approved and moving forward.
Yeah,
We don't want
so-
any more delays than what we've already got.
Yeah.
We need to approve.
We would need to have a motion that we approve up to 200,000 that would come from unassigned reserves, unassigned funds.
Unassigned reserves is what that's called on your
Is it?
financials,
Okay.
yeah.
Unassigned reserves for safety and security for the painting, striping, and bike lane project.
Does that need to be? I just want to see.
And that transfer won't happen until the end of the fiscal year anyway, till we see where they end up. So, but that way, if we need it, it's earmarked for that.
You know where to take it
Yeah,
from.
we know we can just pull it from there to balance it out. So that's my recommendation. Because that way I know, or we know that you have those funds set aside to cover that project.
And you'll encumber it on the sheet then for next time. Okay.
And I mean, and that should.
As soon as the
go-
PO is issued, it'll be encumbered.
Laura, should go against the R&M roadway
That's where it's
line
going.
item. So
Yep, that's where it's
that's
going.
already has 30,000 in it, so.
Okay. Well. Up to 200,000. I think I'll make the motion then to approve the Safety and Security Subcommittee's recommendation to move forward with the bike lanes, striping for traffic safety and visibility, and it will be up to 200,000 from unassigned reserves in the O2 fund.
So where
I
do,
second it.
So Peggy made the motion, and then
So-
Patricia seconded it. Let's have discussion.
discussion is, so if it goes over the 200,000, where are we going to get the money from?
So that's one of my questions, kind of the wording.
Okay.
The first dollars are coming from the Safety and Security's Reserve Fund, the 180.
Their carryover, we
Their
call it.
carryover.
Carryover.
The first dollars come from that.
Correct.
This 200 is to go toward any additional funds that are needed. And based on that, you're looking at maybe 70,000.
Correct.
So it's not, you're not going to need additional money as long as it's clearly stipulated that the first dollars for this project come from their carryover.
And can we modify the resolution to state that after?
Your motion, yeah, that this would, the up to 200,000 is to make up the delta between whatever reserves and budget they already have, between the actual cost of the project and their current reserves and their budget line items.
That's all, just to clarify
Yeah.
that,
Yes.
it's not, they don't have a new 200, they
No,
have.
that's it's a total of, I understand.
And
And then if it goes over, they'll have
They'll
a
have to
little
come
bit.
back.
come back
They'll have
if
to
it
come
goes over.
back. Hopefully it'll be a surprise like the ponds and it'll be less than we think, but
Right.
Yeah, let's hope.
based on last time, I'm not holding my breath.
I think the proposals so far are to do the thermoplasty striping, which is supposed to have a 5 to 10-year life, whereas the paint that we did 3 years ago has about a 2-year life. And, you know, we spent $50,000, I think $40,000 or $50,000 just restriping the boulevards with paint
Does
3 years
Last,
ago,
yeah.
so.
So the cost is much higher, but it also lasts longer,
The
so.
thermoplasty's higher, but it should last a lot longer.
Does
and
the
be more
bike lane
visible.
restriping project go beyond the four-way stop on Pelican?
Yes,
All the way?
all the
So,
boulevards.
so we're going to do the rest of Pelican Preserve, and then we're going to mill and grind it up again.
So this is Patricia. The thing that concerns me too is that all the bike lanes are now going to get designated And then down the road, we're going to have to mill and grind and repave some of the other ones, and then the striping's going to happen again.
Currently, there are, in their road resurfacing, there's no boulevard, mill and grind plan for at least 3+ years. And that would be the next section would be from the 4-way stop to Cypress Grove, which is a fairly short.
Is anything going to be done, I'm planned for Prado? There's a couple of places on Prado that are pretty rough from where they took out some of the arrows that were on Prado, and the lines that were on Prado when they were originally put on were
Blacked out.
And moved
Oh, okay.
over.
Where they
Prado's
kind
a
of ground
mess.
a little.
Yeah,
makes it a
Prado's a
little rough.
mess.
I'll check on that.
I don't think they've looked at it since staff tried to get rid of the black stripes, so.
I'll tell you what, and when the sun's at a certain place where it rains, the black stripe is the more prevalent,
That's why we
yeah.
want
if
to
we
do
can
all
get
that striping done.
Yeah. Good
The
luck.
black striping is actually against code.
I'm not
Can't
surprised.
do that,
Yeah.
so. yeah.
Well, this time, have them measure where it belongs.
Yeah. Okay. So any other discussion? Call the vote. All those in favor?
Right?
Aye. All-
Nay,
All opposed?
nay.
Nay.
I do just want to say that the next piece, that non-neighborhood will probably, they plan on resurfacing is Veneto from the 4-way stop to the speed hump. And when they put the speed hump in, they restriped all that with thermoplastic, and that will be the next section that gets mill and ground and restriped.
But that's not going to have
Years,
bike
they really
lanes
want to
on it.
plan to do the-
No, but it
some
will,
collector
I'm just
roads.
saying that as part of that project, we had thermoplastic, they put thermoplastic down on the striping, and now we're gonna, 2 years later, we're gonna grind it
When
up.
do you expect that to happen?
I think they're looking at it next year, or in conjunction with the town center resurfacing
Be
that
nice to do it in conjunction
This is
with-
Patricia asking, I'd
We'll
like
have
to ask
look
a
at
question.
that as far as.
I'd like to ask a question. I don't think there's going to be a bike lane in that strip though. So
Just
we're
the-
not talking
just the
putting
fo-
in a bike lane, yeah.
It's not wide enough.
bike lanes will only be where there's 4 lanes.
Pelican Reserve Boulevard, Cypress Grove, and Prado.
Prado.
And Pelican only to where there's 4 lanes, not across the bridge.
Correct.
All right. So that motion was approved, and it was, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1.
Who was Marty was the one.
Marty was our,
What's your major reason? Just
I don't see the safety concern, and we're also going to spend money from the 4-way stop on restriping the bike lanes, and we're going to mill and grind that in the next phase.
No way around that.
if we want to do the rest of the bike lanes, they forced our hands.
Well, I don't see the safety concern, and if we wait until we finish Pelican Preserve Boulevard, I wouldn't have a problem with the bike lane project, but I really refuse to agree to restriping something that we're going to mill and grind in the future anyway.
So noted. Okay. Let's move along then. Fiscal year, oh wait, maybe we should, let's talk fiscal year first, the budget plan.
Oh, you were asking about the roundabout.
I was gonna-
No, she showed it to me, I got it. Made, even when Jay said it, I
Yeah,
understood it.
I showed it to him.
Yeah, I thought it was in here.
Yeah, it was. So what's our timing, girl?
No, just kidding. I plan to bring substantial numbers to the board, hopefully in April. Getting pretty nitty gritty in May, and it's gonna have to be approved in June. So I would say, I got this in front of you, so you have time to start looking at it. It's also included in all of the subcommittee meetings that are coming up. It's on their agendas as well. This has been given to staff, so internally, if there's things that we're aware of maybe, or both, in ours as well as at Pelican Preserve, that need to get done. So it's mostly just to get this out here in front of you, and see where we're at. So I guess just kind of start thinking if there's something that you want to get done, that you're thinking about getting done, something that you want to maybe have the subcommittees consider doing. If it doesn't end up on their radar, I can make sure that gets passed along and that they discuss it when they have this. So ideally, I would like to have my list from you in April, which gives all the subcommittees February and March. And then you would have March and then your April meeting to discuss. So
Does
everybody would
Marty
have
have
2 months with
question?
it. Sorry,
I have a question.
I have a lot of questions.
So you have $250,000 for monuments at the entranceways in fiscal year 2027. Do we have any takers on the property at the corners of,
Oh, not yet.
not
This
yet?
is, keep in mind, this is from
The
the
reserve.
budget, this is from the 26 budget. These are the projects and the dollar amounts that were put into the 26 budget. So I just use where we left it for this year to move forward. So no, we don't have anybody, no, nothing at all. Just some people like really like it there, so.
So for every $200,000 that we spend on monuments, it's $100 per household.
Bob, it's in their
based on
pack.
2,496 houses.
Can you give us an update as well on where we sit with the swirly replacement?
I cannot, but I will have one for you. I don't have an update. I didn't have that on my list to get an update on.
I had sent that in like a month ago and
I didn't get anything.
the swirl, we had asked them to do an assessment of what it would take to get a professional grade device to do the sidewalk edge to edge.
Gotcha, okay.
The last I knew
Or
is
to
that
give us the
safety and,
price.
safety and security had discussed this November, December. I don't know, it was sometime this fiscal year. And we took costs to them for different kinds of swirlies, different kinds of machines. Different companies had quoted us to actually come in and do the pressure washing. And because of the cost and because it was not in the budget this year, which shocked me, they decided not to do anything about it until October. So we'll start, as far as taking something to safety and security, we'll revisit that probably in the summer so that we
But it
have.
would be
some-
outsourcing it. at
That
this
was
point.
their recommendation. They intend to outsource
The
it.
recommendation was to at least do one outsource.
Give
to
it a
see
try.
what- To get a good
Yep.
current cost estimate, so we could look at the economies, and to wait till October, or next budget year, so it's right before get everything cleaned up before all the snowbirds come back.
Yep.
It's like spending money to say we're going to study something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't seem a fan.
But you're getting a product done on this case.
Yeah.
You are getting a service.
Well, you know, why is it that the community association has got a swirly and theirs always works?
The what?
We do?
I see him washing the bricks behind the broccoli center all the time. They do it at least quarterly, and their swirly never breaks down. Why is it we have such a problem with our swirly? Is it because we have two heads instead of one head? Because the community association has a one-head
Do we
swirly.
have it, or does the golf club have that?
I don't know who owns it.
I don't think we have.
Alls I know is they wash the bricks quarterly. They're out there, they got a compressor hooked up to pump up the pressure, and they're out there cleaning the bricks.
So we do want to make sure then we've got it in the budget for next year. So if you make sure you can bring that up at the meeting.
I will.
Okay.
So have we investigated why their swirly works and ours doesn't?
I'll have to follow up on that. I don't know what kind of swirly you guys have, because I don't think anybody, I know Mark was trying to get a hold of somebody to find out what they had and what the difference was between theirs and ours, and I'm not sure. I think that went to the side
I
because,
brought this up at the subcommittee meeting 3 times now.
right, I think that went to the side because the subcommittee decided they wanted to do pressure washing, and so we stopped investigating it.
All right. Well, let's not lose track of it.
They don't have a tank. They hook it up to, the tap water outside. Then they hook it up to a high-pressure pump, and then it goes to the swirly.
Like the guys that clean your driveway or
Yeah.
You
your
can't do that
roof.
on the sidewalks.
That's correct.
You don't have any means of getting there, but you can still look at the
Well-
brand of the swirly.
And their swirly only has one head, not two,
Right.
like ours does. And, we have the fancy kind that goes around. Why do we need that fancy one?
I think we need one that works, and I don't know what level that is. So that's the question that we
Well,
need to have answered.
I brought it up to staff 3 times now at the subcommittee meetings, and I'm still not happy with any response.
So we'll make sure that that gets followed up on.
Bad guy today.
No, you don't, I mean, it's legit. We need to
What's the
have
difference
something.
between today and yesterday?
Okay, anybody else have anything they want to make sure subcommittees look at for funding for next year? Cece, did you have a question? Okay, want to come up then? And before you start, anybody have anything else on?
Ponds, fiscal year 2028, they only have $100,000.
Again, this was from last year's, the current year's budget. That's why we're looking at it now. So this will need to be updated.
So that'll be updated to
If,
300,000
no, it would be for 27. It would get
for
updated.
27.
Yeah, we're in fiscal 26 right now. This is from the fiscal 26 budget, which is our current budget. We needed a starting point. So I took what we currently have, what you guys gave me last year to work with. So this is from the budget we're currently in. This is not what I'm planning to present for 27. This is here we are now.
So
This is
typically-
based on where we were a year ago. Let me know what you want to change.
So typically, we spend 300,000 on the pond, so in next year's budget, we'll see fiscal year 2028 as
Oh,
300,000.
you'll see 27 as 300,000.
Or roughly
Yeah.
around there.
Well, no. Fiscal year 2027 should be zero, because we're spending the money in this year.
No,
No, we're not.
spending it.
That's what he was saying is that they're,
It's gonna have to cover the Tetra Tech costs.
Right, but
That's
it
what he
won't be
said,
300,000.
But it was quite a bit, it was under the 300,000 without the Tetra Tech costs.
without the Tetra Tech
Yes,
costs.
without the tech, but I think there's a pretty good cushion there compared to what Tetra Tech normally bills us. I'm not concerned that it's going to be much over the 300. And even so, if we budget 300 for next year, I mean,
It could
that
be
was his
250
original,
too.
They,
yes.
This is also our largest pond, and there's no way, probably going to be less if we do one next year. They'll probably budget it less.
Okay,
this is the capital budget, and the 600,000 was the capital budget to do one
One
pond. But when you look at, it's being funded by, in the 25, 300,000 in the O&M, plus borrowing 300,000 from the reserves. If they only have to borrow 100,000 from the reserves, they were going to pay they were going to pay the 300,000 back next year.
with the
So there-
2027 money.
With no capital project. But if it ends up being 400,000, that they'll borrow 100,000 from the capital reserves and the O&M budget, and then pay that 100,000 back next year, but they could still do a $200,000 pond and only have 300,000 in their O&M budget next year. It's just
Taking it from the left
O&M
pocket
versus
and putting it in the
capital
right.
and how it's
So,
funded and versus
it is confusing. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it. So,
This is Marty.
hi, Marty.
I have no further questions on the budget items.
Thanks for sharing.
Boy, that's a good one.
Cece, thank you for being
Is Doug
patient.
still there, real quick? Is Doug still on?
He's still on.
Hey, Doug.
At least I see him.
Hold on, I'm off mute now, yes.
No, just a real quick one, just a thing of mine. There's a purple martin birdhouse, I'm sorry, behind Brocky. Does the ponds people put that up? Who raises and drops that?
No, we did not put that. I
Oh.
mean, that's been up there. I bet you the amount of money, someone within WCI did that.
No, but somebody moves it up and down. It's just a pet thing
It
of mine.
wasn't-
Don't worry about it.
Somebody
It
raised
wasn't,
it
it
recently.
wasn't the Ponds group that did
All
that.
right, don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure this out before I die.
Question is, who owns it?
Oh,
Golf course.
could you look on it?
The birds have moved in and they've laid eggs already.
Okay, good. All right. Cece, we'll get to you.
Steve from Casella, but that has nothing to do with this comment. I just got a copy of an email from Yanni Marquez sending that new document about gateway reporting and how to get things done to Adriana, telling her to put it on our website. So it's happening as we speak,
Awesome.
just so you know.
Thank you.
But I think it needs to, before it goes on our website, it
Yeah.
needs some
Some
cleansing and
Well, that's what I'm just saying.
clarification.
See, I'm
Just
not
like on the
sure.
streetlights that outside of town center and inside of town center.
I don't know who provided it to Deborah Gentry, but she's the one that
Andy.
brought it to the meeting and said, this is what's happening. And then we talked about it and everybody agreed it should be posted, but nobody really talked about vetting it first and all that detail.
I have an objection to a section of it.
Anyway, I just
Well,
letting you
somebody
know.
needs to get to Andriana pretty quick.
I will, I'll get to her. I'll
Well,
get to her and ask
She just
her.
got some, she's liable to pop it up today, so you need.
She's quick.
Yeah, she is quick.
Well, okay,
Just
I'll
letting you know.
get to her.
And you don't want to just pump that presentation up there. You want it on a page where you got the topics and,
Yeah.
you know,
And
A
I
little more
don't know that we have
user-friendly.
anything to say about it, Marty. It's.
Well, it's an agenda item.
Sure. All right, okay.
And preserve emergency gate procedure.
Oh, no, you
That's
totally
what I
skipped
thought.
over me. Thanks a lot.
What?
You totally skipped over me.
How about
I'm
staff
before that.
update?
Yeah.
It's all about me right now, Marty.
Hold that thought.
All right, I have two quick things for you. We've had some changes in the engineering firms that we've been using for the landscape architecture. This has affected us over with our project with the commons and everything as well. So last meeting, you guys voted to give the job to Bowman. They are, the guy from Bowman left Bowman and now is at Weston and Sampson. So we are in the process of putting ours back out to bid, so I'll have some more information for you next time, but just to let you know that that's why if you see anything going out about the landscape architect, he no longer works at Bowman. So, and then the monuments, just a little update there. We've had quite a few contacts with the police. They've been contacting us. We actually got a notice of a potential fine from the city. We've trespassed 2 times. We've trespassed people out from behind the monuments. We removed a whole truckload of stuff from behind there. People's belongings was removed. We are actively working with the police. They're probably out there, I would say, at least once a week, at least, calling us. Because we got them removed from behind the monuments, but then they shifted south behind the Winn-Dixie, which is also our responsibility, and that is the one that we got the notice for. There was a whole camp set up behind the Winn-Dixie, so that is now also gone. But we had to work with the city to get rid of the notice because we would have gotten a fine because they were there, but we didn't really know that they were there. So now we're working with the police to patrol that whole area.
Laura, why would the area south of Winn-Dixie be?
It's along the flowway, which we own. It's our responsibility. The area where they were in was.
Was in the flow?
It was in, they were on the bank there, so they were in, it was our property.
Behind the shops at Pelican.
Behind the new Aldi.
Yeah, it was back over there. So they just shifted from the monument down that way, so. But we are actively working with the police
It's
to
like
try to keep
whack-a-mole.
them out,
Yeah.
so. I guess they started cleaning out from like by 75 and now everything is moving this way.
Saw some blue tarps there the other day when I drove by.
Yeah, we've hauled truckloads of stuff out of there.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Laura to answer to or follow up on?
That's all I have for now.
Let's move on to 10 Alpha. I'm sorry. Yes, please come.
On the emergency gate procedures, the
We haven't gotten
draft,
there yet.
yeah. I mean, should it, I thought, I may have misunderstood that it came from PPAC down, but I guess not. Did it need to go to PPAC?
It goes
to
from the
approve?
safety and security to PPAC and then to the board. It goes up, yep.
I should have put that
The
in
board
the
is
notes.
final.
Yeah, I caught the wording wrong, but I was concerned about it until I saw that it was a separate
I'm on the
item.
job and I'm still learning.
That's
No, you're
right.
fine.
You're doing good.
These
You're all
kind
right,
of-
Jay.
Normally this, just to let you know, that even with the budget, you do your budget, it comes to PPAC and then it goes to the board, so. It goes
Yeah, it
up.
goes up.
Yeah.
But we come down to you sometimes when we put the input in.
Direction goes down and requests and recommendations go up, so.
Okay, so we have 10 Alpha that we need to talk about, which is the emergency gate procedures. And the background on this was due to the
Fire.
trash fire, trash truck fire. There was community concern that there was no definitive process for how we were going to handle opening the back gate. And
For egress.
for
Egress.
egress,
Yes.
there is no situation in which ingress is allowed
Unless it's an emergency vehicle, but for Pelican residents, it's egress only.
egress only, and that's under two options. One is hurricanes and the other is other. So,
So,
you said you had concerns.
well, correct, because the last time the rooms to go truck went out that gate. Are we going to allow the rooms to go truck go out that gate also if it happens again?
If you have an emergency? I mean, we opened.
Sorry, but a fire on the trash truck to me is not an emergency for the rooms to go truck to use that egress route.
What's the difference? What's the difference between that vehicle and my vehicle? To get out of the community?
It's a commercial vehicle, and specifically, item number 2 says that resident egress, doesn't say rooms to go egress, commercial vehicle egress.
Did something happen where you saw a rooms to go truck leave the
Leave it flying down the
community?
road.
My objection is opening that back gate to let the people go out to go to Publix is not an emergency. They should wait until the fire trucks clear the road, and then they can use the regular.
We had somebody that had an emergency medical appointment.
It's,
What do you do about that person? Do they have to sit because everybody else can't go out there? I'm playing devil's advocate with you here.
That's fine, because if it was an emergency medical situation, you should have dialed 911 and gotten an ambulance to that.
It was an appointment.
It was an
They weren't
appointment.
going to drop dead, but they
Well,
weren't going to get
it
another
wasn't,
appointment.
that's not an emergency.
Okay, so you're going to your cardiologist next month, which you have to wait 2 months to get to. All right? Now you can't get to them on the date and you call up and you're 3 months before your next appointment.
That's correct.
So,
If it was an emergency, I'd dial 911.
and I personally don't think the fire was a real emergency to necessitate that gate being open.
If you talk to the fire department, they'll reserve the right to block the traffic every time.
Yes, and they did it on both.
And they did it on,
They did it on both lanes.
Well,
correct.
to be clear then, what we've got is not that we are going to be making that call,
Right.
that it's going to be made in conjunction with the CDD management and the PPCA president and management company.
Correct.
So it's not going to be any of us making that call. It's going to be a informed decision and agreement.
Which will take 5 hours to make.
Potentially, and then it'll be all
people-
done.
Do people in the community have the right to reach one of these people and say, are you guys considering this? Opening
They
it
have
up?
the right, sure they do, but my God help anybody, because how many calls is the president going to, or Yanni going to take with the ability to try to address this? But somebody's got to notify
Right,
this leadership
right.
that there
something
is a
happening.
situation, and they have to go evaluate whether it's a situation that's necessary to open the back gate. And the other one that I mean,
Egress.
well, and that's where I was going to go. The biggest problem I see about and I think we have to have an emergency back gate. I'm one of the first ones that did this a couple years ago, so I agree. The word egress has got to be etched into everybody's head. If you leave, you're not getting back in except through the front gate. I don't know how you're going to control that. Because last time when we did this, people came back in and you had a roadblock on that little street that won't hold it. So it's got to be very clear. Someone's got to be standing there where you got egress only, egress only. And the young lady from Gateway that was there trying to guide traffic was exceptional. She did a good job. She got kind of caught in the middle and people are cussing at her. I thought she did a good job of trying to keep her cool. But
And so,
that's-
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, the point is, it's not capable of being a two-way
It's
No,
not-
it's a
direction, which
it's a
is why
one-lane road.
people just need to know that, and,
That doesn't stop.
right.
But
So
it's
there's
all
a
about me,
sign,
Patricia, it's all about me. I want to come back in. I live right there in Providence.
no entrance, I mean, exit
So
only.
my opinion is the last time that gate was open because of the trash fire was not an emergency that would warrant using that gate.
I tend to agree with you. But we don't make that call. Those 4 people do it. If they said it was, it is.
Well, this is before us now.
Well, how are you going to modify? Who's going to make the call? That's,
I mean, I think it has to be the leadership of the organizations that's represented here. I mean, we can all weigh in, but we have to, the buck has to stop somewhere, and might as well stop with them.
Ultimately, it's Chelsea, the district manager that make the call, because it's,
And she's not on the premise, so somebody has got to be accurately telling her what's the situation.
what is that?
And calling
Laura,
it.
Or Jay, did you think, can't reach Chelsea? Can't reach her?
Me.
You, and
And if it's not me, then it goes down to Paul. So, yep.
So you got your.
We have a tree. We have a
discuss the
tree.
CDD, okay.
Yeah,
So it's not specific to Chelsea or the manager?
correct. It starts with Chelsea. If she's not available, it goes to me. If it doesn't, then if it's not me, it goes to Paul. And the worst case is if it's after hours and they call the emergency number, whoever is on call knows that they are to reach out to Chelsea, then me, then Paul. So,
or would it be for the two-way, I mean, would it be feasible to, on the Gateway Boulevard entrance, to have like you have on, the red sign, I forget what they say on,
No return it.
or
Exit
exit only or something.
exit only.
Or whatever the,
Other than-
I don't know, the red signs that you see when you're got the one way.
like wrong way.
You
Yeah,
can't,
whatever, but
Do
they say, but.
you
and
can't
then
say,
emergency vehicles only or something like that, just, it would give whoever.
Like a no
might-
entry, emergency vehicles only.
Yeah,
you can't say that because an ambulance is allowed to come back
We
in.
have to
but you
clarify
say,
that.
you say emergency vehicles only, no,
Yeah, I mean, that, maybe some signage would help clarify
Yeah.
a little bit.
So
Should
do we have this?
especially if
should-
there's somebody from staff person out there to, like there was this last time, that would give them a little bit more.
So if you're declaring an emergency where you have to open the back gate, do we have the sheriff's department support to come to that gate and have traffic flow for the egress?
Or is that something that,
I can ask. I don't know if they would, but
So should we talk
it's
about
not really
signing?
impacting, it's,
Well, it's an emergency.
yes,
You've
but
just
it's,
declared an emergency and you're opening the back gate.
I can ask.
You could also consider expanding number 2 to include PERT, which doesn't have it in its mission today to do that. But if you had the emergency response team, it might be able to provide volunteers to stand at the gates and stuff.
And get run over.
No, they stand at the front gate when the hurricane, and the gate when the guardhouse is, the staff has gone home, they man the gate.
Correct.
so what I was
This is a
hearing,
good- This is a good
let me
first
finish
step.
this here. We need to have the egress really highlighted in here. Look at signage, look at potential support. And then what did you say?
I'm just gonna say, this is a good first step from a working document to actually have something.
So in item 2, where it says resident egress, should be highlighted.
But you're concerned, but you're hung up there, and let's just talk about that a second. You're right. The way the wording is, any commercial vehicle should not be using this. How are you going to stop those commercial vehicles that are on a time schedule, that want to get out of here? How are you going to stop them? You're not allowed to pull to the side?
Open the gate.
Well, you got to open the gate to let the resident out. The gate goes open. It's not somebody sitting there swinging it back and forth. It's open.
It's open.
So if the word needs to be changed, the word needs to be changed.
So instead of just resident.
Question whether or
Just say
not that was
egress.
an emergency that required that gate. to be
Different
open.
argument, the different comment. I agree with you on the fire. But let's go where there is a legitimate emergency. 7 trees, you can't get out from Prado. You cannot get to the front gate for more than 2 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be cleared up for a day. That's an emergency for the people in the back. What 5 merchants back there as well. All the pool people are back there. So they need to go home too.
Everybody gets out. Everybody
If
gets
it's
out
the
there.
word,
You just
I
remove
agree
the word
with you. I
resident?
agree that that word needs
Just
to be
remove the word
tweaked.
resident, just
Remove
make
the
it
word
say
resident.
egress.
And just say egress. only.
Egress.
Just remove the word resident, that covers it then.
Does it still answer your initial
It
question?
doesn't make Marty happy, but I think that that's kind of where you're getting.
Can we come up?
And I would put exit in parentheses
Oh, good.
for,
Because somebody might think an egress is a bird.
right.
No, that'll be an egret. This is CC Haas from Casella. A question as to the last incident that occurred. It seems that if someone had been managing the situation at the site of that truck fire, we could have arranged with some traffic direction for a single lane in the other side
Fire
going
department
out.
cut that, the fire department prohibited that. They blocked off
Because
that
I
road.
thought maybe we could have used the front and eliminated the whole need.
They blocked everything.
The
The
fire
the fire
department-
was on one side and the fire truck was on the other, so that
The
was
fire
completely shut
department
down.
determines an incident commander.
I'm a fireman's daughter, I accept it.
Good to know, good to know. Okay, so with those changes, is this something that we can support moving on?
We've only changed one word, right? What have we
Well,
changed?
We took the word resident out. We're going
Right.
to highlight and or bold or whatever, egress, parentheses, exit.
Mhm.
I think we need to give, I would support this as is with that one change, with the committee having heard some of our needs for signage, manpower, and begin to expand on this, where that signage might be, who might keep, I mean, you're getting in the nitty gritty now, the weeds. Let's have 5 signs, who's going to keep them? Is PERT involved on something like this? I mean, this is once, as Bob pointed out to me, this is one time in 25 years we've had this kind of incident. The only other time was Irma, that we flooded up front, and you couldn't get out the back gate with a flood anyhow, because it was flooded. It'll be worse than trying to get to the front gate.
Muddier.
So I would like to request that staff update us as to Lee County Sheriff's Office response if we request it and have to open up the back gate for an emergency.
What kind of support could be provided?
What kind of support could be provided?
And is it, I guess if they're going out the back gate, that would be Lee County, not Fort Myers.
Correct, that would be Lee County Sheriff's Office.
So this is Patricia asking, who would we go to talk about getting signage made if we decide to do that?
That would be us.
That would be Paul?
That would be staff.
They can just do it, okay.
I have that as a note.
Should we ask for a recommendation from them, or should we give them a
As
recommendation?
long as we don't have to have a $35,000 traffic study.
No, I hope not.
I have a note to ask us in
Yeah,
my
I
follow-up.
think
I
there'll
think
be,
what the site says, but on
There's traffic
the,
model.
I know what you mean.
on the
Yeah.
interstates, you got the red,
yeah.
I forget what it says, but
All right, then I'd like to ask for a motion then to approve this for moving on with the edits that we've discussed.
I approve it.
is-
Yeah, who wants to make the motion?
Oh, I make a motion that we approve
I'll
the,
second it.
Okay, so Patricia originated and Ed seconded. Any more discussion on this?
This is the committee take into consideration comments that have been made and address it accordingly. And then Jay heard it, he's sitting here.
It's always subject to future
Yeah.
modification and change, so.
It's a living document. It's a great start.
Patricia, can I also ask that this maybe get added once it goes through the whole
Sure.
process?
officially
I think we should
approved.
definitely let people know.
Because I know there were people very concerned about it.
It's a good
Go down,
topic.
who to call?
Only one.
Who to call?
If there's an
Who are you gonna
emergency,
call?
who to call?
4-1, Marty,
Yeah.
calling it.
So let's call the vote.
Good
Everybody,
discussion.
huh?
Good discussion.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. I'll call the vote. Anybody in favor? Say aye.
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 Really?
We've got a unanimous.
Held my nose.
I saw. So I just want to make sure that the change that we're going to remove the word resident and we're going to emphasize egress and put exit in parentheses behind it. Okay, that was what I have for edit. And I have 2 notes to check about the sign and then the sheriff's department.
You might need to wordsmith it when you take residents out, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
egress from the community or something.
Well, and you can, like at the top, it'll see open for egress from the community. So, yep, I got it. So remove any specific reference to residents and just make it.
I've got one
strictly egress
additional
from the
stupid
community.
question.
Yeah, go for it.
Do we have to run this by an attorney before we publish it?
I'm sure Tony, he will nitpick it when it goes to the board. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Don't pay him. Tell him we agreed. Okay, let's move along then. Is there any other member items that we want to talk about? Marty, do you have anything?
I do. Uh-oh.
Oh, let's hear it.
On the website, Adriana.
I told you she'd pop it up.
Please, quick.
I told you she'd pop it up.
All right, I'll talk to her.
So now that we have the reassessment methodology revised, why don't we have the Parks and Recreation Committee present a presentation to us, since we now have a dog in the hunt, with regard to their future 5-year projects and the estimated cost of those?
I can request that. They actually they have a workshop with the board next week. It'll be their first time giving anything like that. So they're actually presenting that to the board next Thursday. They have a list of things, but I can absolutely request that they come and speak at one of your meetings.
That is my request, since we now have a dog in the hunt.
We've got a one.
Joe Schofield can always give an
dog in
update
it.
since you guys have somebody on there, so.
Yeah.
It'd be a courtesy since they are a committee
Of the board. Yes,
Did we have somebody on there?
Joe
Yeah, Joe
Schofield.
Joe, yeah.
We haven't heard for sure, have we?
Well, his house is for sale. Is it? Rumor has it. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's his neighbor.
But there are no rumors at Pelican.
So since we pay for it now, a small percentage, we should be entitled to a presentation.
I have it.
Well, we can request.
I can
Go to the
request
board
it.
meeting. I
Okay.
agree with you. Nice.
Do you have anything, Tom, that you want to?
No, ma'am, I'm good.
You'll get 0.15 of the
Yeah,
presentation.
0.15. That's what we want to have. Okay. I have nothing other than I wanted to talk about the swirly, but we covered that. Ed?
I was going to ask about the front entrance refresh and what the status of that was and whether or not we were going to have meetings with the architect or whatever, but
Little wrench.
Are you talking about Gateway at Pelican Preserve?
We had already,
I wanted to point out that they now have the street lights at the front entrance turned on and the old ones turned off. The lighting is very different. Right now with the old ones, you've got a big light bulb in the sky, and so you see this big glow there, and it radiates out from that. The new ones, though, they shine everything down on the street, so you don't see the lights as much, but they illuminate the roadway much better than the old ones. So it's a different lighting.
Light pollution, less light pollution.
Yeah,
Correct.
less light
Yeah,
pollution.
it just goes down.
And so there'll be, I'm sure we'll start getting comments about it because it's very different. But the one thing that safety and security in the past, BJ before Jay, they had talked about redoing lighting or something to that front entrance for the gate and all of that. And I think now that we kind of know what it looks like, that's something that we definitely needs to be included in whatever refresh we look at there, the monuments and other things, is improving the lighting of that front entrance gatehouse, and that we put it off because, we didn't know what it was going to really look like with the new lights and stuff. So and that might have to be it might even be a separate project from some of that, but that could be something that this
They put on
architect
capital,
looks
yeah.
at and might be done independent of other things. The only other thing, Laura, I just ping you about the irrigation that PPAC pays for over, and you're
Yep,
going to look at that.
I still have
We're
that,
trying to sort out irrigation stuff and understanding exactly what PPAC is paying for over in Pelican for
PPAC or PPCA?
PPAC.
So what comes out of your O2 budget?
Yeah, what gets, we know what PPCA is being billed for, but
I do have one more. Let's write it on my, because it came up right before I came in here. We are going through a final audit of the count of streetlights that need to be removed from Pelican Preserve. There's some discrepancies. So we're doing like a physical count. So there's a possibility that there may be a few more poles that need to get taken out than we originally thought. So there could be a little bit of an increase in your cost. I'm just letting you know. I don't know where we stand right now. We're in the process of counting. So
shouldn't be.
That's what we thought too. They came up with more and we had less, and so we're trying to work it out right now. So just to let you know that may come back to you.
Well, we like them gone, so I think that's just important. Yeah.
Have Paul get with me because they may have.
The ones that we want
And I
to
said, are you
see
sure that they're
money.
counting the ones that are actually ours? That was my question. So, yeah.
Tricia, do you have anything you'd like to bring up?
Just curious to know if any of us look at Facebook or the Pelican Circle and see any kind of comments about the GSEDD or PPAC, and how do we get,
I am not
keep in
on
touch
social
with
media.
that?
I am not
Anybody
on
wanna take
social
that
media
on?
at all.
What's that?
I am not on social media at all.
No.
And I'm happy to do cut and paste of the announcements. That's an easy thing to do, but I'm only doing it on the Pelican Preserve for all. I'm not going on F&B. And there is a law, that's not right. I can't use the word lawsuit. There is an issue between the Residents Alliance and another web page that is using a similar name. And it,
Contentious, yeah.
Oh, that's
there
I can
has
take care
been
of Circle.
legal,
I'm not on it
legal
anymore.
notice has been sent. We'll see if there's a response, but yes.
Okay, yeah. We're just looking for feedback.
I'm happy to cut, I'll take it on, every time you post something, I'll do a cut and paste and post it on the, or summarize and say, hey, did you see the email?
All right.
And that could be done the same way on Circle, right?
Yeah, I can take care
You
of
can
that.
take care of the Circle one. Because they're all clean, because the Circle.
It's just another way of reaching people that don't,
And I respond to some of them with kind of facts and that, but Schofield puts some stuff out there periodically that it's just not even
It's
worth.
not even close, right?
Yeah,
And
but it's
sometimes
not
it's not
even
even worth,
worth a
engaging.
response, basically.
He'll attack, he just attacks.
Ed,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
No, I want to stay here.
I'm gonna
I
stay
want
here
to
for
stay
a
here.
while.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's no more. We got a second from Patricia. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.
3:36.
I said enough during this meeting.
If you didn't bring up things that we weren't thinking about, I would worry that your heart was maybe a little bit off.
It is a little bit off.
Yeah.